Let's get to the battle for New York. Knicks and Nets meeting for the third time this season tonight. Last time they met, that was March 15th. Julius Randle, remember, got heated with the refs on the disputed travel call late in the fourth. Here is Reggie Bullock over the weekend on potentially facing a healthy Nets big three. Now, we know that won't happen entirety. KD is out, but still, take a listen.
So with the Nets, they may have their big three ready for you on Monday. I was wondering what you guys thought of facing those guys.
We got a big five.
We got a big 15.
Big 15. So we're not really concerned about their big three.
All right, now we know the play-in is a factor, but if the Knicks took care of business in the play-in, they would be slated, in fact, to face the Nets in the first round if the playoffs begin today. So, Mark, big five, big three, is this turning into a legit rivalry?
It's kind of like the Lakers-Clippers thing, except on the East Coast. I mean, Knicks fans are always going to be Knicks fans, and no matter what Jason Kidd and RJ and Kenya did, Knicks fans don't care. So I wonder what would happen if the Nets won. Would they care? But I wish we could have big-time fans and those teams make the playoffs so we could brew something special. And I like how, Randle said and clarified that this is a big 15 because their second five might even be better than their first five.
All right. So I looked it up. The lifetime rivalry, 106 wins for the Knicks, 105 wins for the Nets. You can't even make that up. So, yes, will this be a rivalry down the road? I can buy into that because I think both of these teams are going to be good for a while, and I think the Knicks are just getting started. But rivalries to me mean something really, really important on the line. Neither one of these franchises have won a championship, Rachel, in over 4 decades. So get back to me when you're starting to win championships, and then we can talk about rivalries.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Look, I'm interested to see what happens with the crowds here in Brooklyn in the playoff run, especially if they do end up facing the Knicks in a series. You mentioned that Clippers-Lakers crowd kind of differential. We're going to have fans back in the building at Staples Center in the middle of this month, and we already have fans back in the building in both Brooklyn and New York, and those numbers are expected to grow as more vaccinations happen. I don't know if, like at Clippers-Lakers games that are Clippers home games, we get a lot of Lakers fans. I don't know if at Brooklyn Nets home games, if they're playing the Knicks in a playoff series, what proportion of Knicks fans versus home Nets fans we will have. Do you have a guess, guys, real quick?
Oh, man. I don't know that the Knicks fans even care to go to Brooklyn.
Mark.
I think for the first time in years, they have reason to travel, Mark. They've got something to look forward to.
There you go. This just in at the buzzer. North Carolina expected to promote longtime assistant Hubert Davis as the Tar Heels' new coach. Sources have confirmed to ESPN, first reported by Inside Carolina and the Raleigh News and Observer. And as our colleagues at The Undefeated point out, Davis is the first black head coach in North Carolina men's basketball history. Mark, what's your reaction to this?
Well, kudos to Hubert Davis in North Carolina. I think they picked the best guy for the job, regardless of what race he is, and they kept it in the family. He has certainly paid his dues. And it's interesting. We're seeing more and more NBA players go to college route to coach. So I'm excited to see what happens with Hubert there.
Yep.
I think this was a no-brainer, and I have a feeling that the retiring coach put his stamp of approval on this and maybe even had something to do with why he decided to step aside. Hubert Davis is the perfect guy for this job. He's been groomed to get this job. He understands the history and the weight of being the North Carolina coach. Great choice.
Yeah, and look, as you say, it may be a no-brainer and it may be all on track. It's still nice to see it happening and happening the way it should. We have not seen that consistently throughout either the pro or college ranks this year. It's nice to see it when it works. All right, we can't let the day pass without wishing a happy birthday to our super producer, the mad professor, Michael Bodmer. You saw him the other day ducking out of the way during the Can I Have a Word segment he created. Bod's our uber creative member of our staff. Loves the Blazers. You may notice that on this show. Produces a lot of the best visuals you see. His contributions cannot be understated. Bods does not like attention, but you know what today? It's your birthday, Michael. We got to do it. We appreciate you. Enjoy. Have a great day. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.